All right, y'all. I am now at the point where I am attaching my straps to my back panel. You can see I've already taken the time to attach one. And you can see the twist is here. And now I'm going to attach, this is my right strap, to my back panel. And I have already got my removable stitch markers placed to mark where it is that I should be attaching my strap. And I've got my strap off of scrap yarn and back onto my needle. And I have the tail of my yarn threaded through a darning needle, and I am ready to begin grafting my strap to my back panel. So what I'm going to do is give it a flip. I prefer grafting it this way with the garment upside down and the strap stitches right side up like that. It's just easier for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin by doing the standard Kitchener setup by inserting my darning needle purlwise into that first stitch. You're going to leave that stitch on the needle and pull that yarn through. Then you're going to grab your project and you're going to line up your first stitch with that first stitch marker. For your back panel, you're going to be doing similar to mattress stitch, where you pick up a bar in between stitches. So I'm just going to be inserting downward, going a stitch over, and then picking that bar up right there. I'm going to then go back to my strap on my knitting needle, and I'm going to go knitwise into that stitch, slipping it off my needle and pulling that yarn through. Then I'm going to go to the second stitch on my needle, and I'm going to go purlwise into that stitch, leaving the stitch on the needle. So then I'm going to go back to my back panel. I'm going to insert my needle into that same stitch that I just came out of. I'm going to go a stitch over, picking up that bar, pulling the yarn through. I'm going to go to my needle, go in knitwise, slipping that stitch off, going purlwise into the next stitch, leaving that stitch on the needle, up to my back panel, going into the stitch that I came out of, picking up a bar, knitwise, remove the stitch, pull your yarn through, purlwise, leave the stitch, pull your yarn through, go to your back panel, go into the stitch you came out of, pick up a bar, pull your yarn through, back to your knitting needle, knitwise, slipping the stitch off, pulling your yarn through, purlwise, leaving the stitch on, And you continue like this until you've grafted all of your active stitches. I'll meet you on the other side. Okay, so I have finished grafting. I can remove my stitch markers. And now all I have to do is tighten up these stitches. So now what I like to do is go through and tighten up this graft with my knitting needle instead of pulling it super taut, because I like to match the gauge of my stitches. So now I'm just going to go ahead and tighten these up, and then all I have to do is weave in my end. So I'll probably spend some time making this a little bit prettier, but that is how you attach your strap to your back panel.